today. For those who don't know me yet, I am Zina from Honey Beats and this is my second channel and this is the start of my Etsy series. So on this series I'm going to tell you and show you how to start your own Etsy shop on Etsy. Let me first tell you what Etsy is. Etsy is a marketplace, and on that marketplace you can open your own shop and you can sell vintage, handmade or supplies there. Anything else on Etsy is not allowed, so it's not legal to sell anything else but that. You also really need to keep an eye on licensed things like Disney and stuff like that. That's not allowed on Etsy. This Etsy series is going to be all about how you can open a shop, but also how to maintain it and how to establish yourself with your Etsy shop. For those who are watching this because they wanted to know what Etsy was, if you don't know what Etsy is and you're more of a shopping person instead of a selling person, go check out Etsy because Etsy has many vendors that have lovely things, also jewelry or supplies for jewelry. So if you've never been to Etsy before you start your own shop, I would really advise you to take a look at Etsy to see what Etsy is. For those who already know what Etsy is and wanted to start a shop, let's start with 40 free Etsy listings. What are Etsy listings? When you open a shop on Etsy, you will need to pay 20 cents for every listing. But I have a code, and if you fill in that code, you will get 40 free Etsy listings, and I'm going to get 40 free Etsy listings too. There's no other catch to it, it's just that. But it's only for beginning shops. So if you want to open your own Etsy store, you can click on the link and open your Etsy store in that way. Please, when you do and you click on the link, fill everything in as it is. The things you fill in are for Etsy only, and they are not going to share it with anyone else. Except if you buy, but it's the same as that you will pay with PayPal. You will share information in that way because it is just like that through PayPal. But it's not that they're going to give out your information to anyone that you don't want it to. So check that out. If you're going to do it, as I said, please fill in everything as it is because you will need it later. So if you live in Kansas, tell them that you live in Kansas and not that you live in another country. If they ask for like your credit card number, please fill in the correct credit card number because you might need it later. Etsy is for those who don't mind to put a little bit of work in their shop and in their products and product photos and listings and stuff like that. Because if you rather grab your stuff and go to a market and sell there, so quick and easy selling, from human to human, then you should really not go on Etsy because it will not be for you. Etsy is hard work and you need a little bit of time to establish and to have everything correctly. And Etsy has an algorithm, so you will have to fit into the algorithm, and if you don't fit into the algorithm, so I'm going to explain to you in a series what the algorithm is, or I don't know what the algorithm is, nobody knows, but what you can do to fit best in the algorithm. But if you don't have the time for that, to do that, or you don't have the patience to wait until you get a sale, your first sale or your second sale, it can sometimes take a year before you really get noticed on Etsy. And I'm not saying that you won't make any sales in that year, but it can take a little while before you get noticed by other people and are established enough that you sell regularly. So if you're not that person, then you can stop now here and not open an Etsy shop because an Etsy shop is a lot of work and patience. I've had my Etsy shop for 2.5 years now and I'm very fond of it. I am really the person that likes to sell behind the computer. The reason for that is that I do also like to sell person to person, but it's very different and there are all kinds of things to keep in mind, like you have to have things like displays that you can use to display your jewelry. And of course I have those, but you need to all get it in your car and you need to drive it there and you have to set it, and if it's cold and it's rainy nobody will show up and all the work will be for nothing. And I'm not that kind of person that I really like to stand in the cold the whole day. I've did it and I've done very well, but it's just not my thing. I rather be able to package it pretty with like a nice little ribbon and stuff like that, and that if I send it to my customer is like, wow, I got this pretty packaged packaged item or something that I can give to another person and it's already pretty and stuff like that. I'm just more of that kind of person, so I do very well on internet, but less in the outside world when it comes to sending and that kind of thing. As I said, I do well, but it's not my thing. So you have to find out if it is your thing. You can also do both. You can also do Etsy. You can also use, what many people also do, use Etsy is like a platform to just show all the things, so with the photos and stuff, and maybe make a sale now and then. So it's just what you like. You can make anything out of Etsy. The Etsy listings will expire in 4 months, so it's not that you have only 4 months after this video, and I didn't mean it in that way, but if you purchase an Etsy listing or you get one free Etsy listing, so if you get 40, those 40 listings, if you would list them all at once, they will last 4 months. So one listing lasts you 4 months. If you use 20 and you decide to use the other 20 like half a year from now, those will still count as 4 months. So every time you list something, it will last 4 months and then you have to renew it. Renewing costs 20 cents. So please, for those who think Etsy is free, with the 40 free Etsy listings, part of it is free because you can list 40 items just to try it for as long as you like. Etsy is not free. Etsy charges, and so does PayPal. I don't have a credit card, so I can't tell you if a credit card also takes a certain amount, but I'm going to do research for you if that is the case, and if that is, you will find it in my Etsy series also. Etsy costs money. It costs 20 cents per listing, so the 40 free listings, that's free, and then if you want number 41, it will cost you 20 cents. As I said, it expires in 4 months. When you make a sale, Etsy takes a certain percentage of your sale. It's not very much. I believe it's about 3.5%. Don't pay me on it because I'm going to give you exact numbers in the Etsy series, but it's about 3.5%. And PayPal does the same. So if you sell something on Etsy for like $10, you always have to keep in mind that there's a little amount of that. So I always calculate with $10 like 50 cents. That 50 cents is for Etsy and for all the other fees. There are also promoted listings. I'm also going to do a series about that. Promoted listings are advertising listings on Etsy. So you can advertise on Etsy itself. Etsy is also going to bring that out more in the world, so with Google and stuff like that. So we're going to make sure that you will be found well on Google. But Etsy promoted listings is something that I have just been doing for 3 months now. And it's going well for me, but not well as expected, because most of the people also collect revenue from that. And I've not made a sale through promoted listings yet, but I did have like 600 views a day and 2 or 3 clicks a day, which is pretty good. And I really hope with the upcoming holiday season that will be better, because holiday season is the season for Etsy sellers. But I'm also going to tell you all about that in the next Etsy series. We're also going to discuss everything like social media also, because social media in these days is very, very important for selling your products, because you need to find your audience. Audience is on internet every day, but to get that audience to your store, that's a trick by itself, because you need to build up followers, you need to build up people that are interested in your product. I'm going to give you an example. We have a bakery in our town, and the bakery has a Facebook page, because I like the bakery, so I like their Facebook page. the bakery interacts with us. What would you like to see, like new products? What would you like for Christmas, maybe a type of Christmas bread and stuff like that. They do a giveaway now and then and such like that, and that keeps me people interacted with the bakery, and in that way the bakery will sell more, because when I see the bakery many times, I have in my head like, oh, that's a good bakery, and I'm going to tell another person and another person. So you need to build followers, because those followers also going to recommend you to other people. So we're going to have a piece about social media also. I'm also going to give a shout out to a book, and I'm going to post the name of the book right now. The lady who has written this book is very lovely, and I think the book is seriously well written. Also, it's easy to read, but it's also very informative. This book is based on that what we're going to discuss, so I'm going to talk about it later, also in the Etsy series. This book is all about social media and how you can interact with your followers, how you find your customers, and how you can build up a social audience, because that's what it's all about. It's not about you buy this like that. It's all about building up social contact and friendly and nice contact with people, and that is all also discussed in the book, how you can do that in perfect steps, also with Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So I thought it was very informative, and I'm going to put a link down below in the info box. The book is for purchase, so you can purchase it and I'm going to talk about it more in one of the Etsy series. I'm going to make it a separate topic. One thing I really love about Etsy is that it is a very wide community of handmade sellers and vintage sellers and supply sellers, and there's also a forum on Etsy. You can really feel that other Etsyans that worked hard for their shop love it if you're there as an Etsyan and you work hard for your shop, and you just update with the rules and with the structure that's there, and you can ask them anything. Like, I think that when I started with Etsy and I followed the instruction of Renee Christine, which is a lady here on YouTube that has a wonderful YouTube tutorial how to start up your Etsy store, and I really think she did a great job. Only there are a few things missing, and I found that out like about when I had like my store half a year, and somebody pointed like, you're missing that, this, you're missing that. So that's just because it's an older series and Etsy changed a lot. But I'm going to refer to that series also of her, because we don't have like something together or spoken about like that. It's just because I like that series and I want to recommend it to you. But there are a lot of more steps that I wanted to talk about. But Etsy is a very great community, so they're very nice, and you can really talk about and ask many things. But when I started my shop, I had about 50% right, and the rest was just I didn't know exactly how and what to do, and well, it is just it was a little bit hard, and I needed to adjust on many things. Like, for example, my photos were very busy in the beginning, and I really liked them. But many people said maybe you can change the photos to more consistent photos in your shop, so all the same and stuff like that. So I did that. If you want to look at my Etsy shop, I will post a link down below in the info box so that you can check out my store. I really added a lot of products lately, so you can really see like the improved photos. But many people like that, and I can really see my views coming up every day, so more and more views, because people like the style that I have in my Etsy shop at this moment. But we're also going to talk about styles and photos and stuff like that in the Etsy series. Sorry. So Etsy in a nutshell, it's a very interesting and social community that sells vintage, handmade and supplies. And if you like it and you think it's something for you, then I really hope you will enjoy this Etsy series. And if you didn't, check out my main channel. I'm going to post a link down below also on the main channel, for my main channel. My main channel is all about beading, and especially seed bead beading. I'm not only going to do Etsy series on this channel, but I'm also going to do videos about normal jewelry, maybe also tips and tricks. I have a very nice tip for you that's coming up soon. And I also want to vlog now and then here, also for my followers, because most of the people that will come here come from my main channel, and those that are just here to follow the series can just, I will post the series in one list, so in one playlist, so that you can just see those series if you're just for that here. So for now I think that's it. I wish you a very nice day, and I will hope that you like this. Please, if you have any questions already of the things that you would really like me to discuss about Etsy that I might forget, because I have a list, but I don't know, maybe you have some things that you really wanted to know. Please post below in the, not in the info box, post below, and I will read it and I will write it down, and yeah, I will work with that. So I wish you a very nice day, and I will see you next time.